Hi, I'm Stuart from the Norfolk Honey Company, and welcome back to our university apiary, where today we've been blessed with yet another very sunny day, although we've had quite a few rainy days this week, but also the temperature has dropped significantly, and we've had a couple of days where I've actually had to scrape the ice off the windscreen of the car. So temperatures are dropping, the bees are settling down for the winter, and it's time for us to think just about one or two jobs that we need to do, and a couple of those are to just protect the hives from the ingress of mice in the winter. So we're going to just pop on a couple of mouse guards just on the front of the hive, and also at this particular site we have a lot of green woodpeckers, and they can do a lot of damage to not just the wooden hives but the poly hives as well. So we tend to wrap them with some chicken wire. So that's really all we're going to do today, just show you exactly how we do that. It's a simple process. But before we head off and do that, I just wanted to mention a couple of things. Don't forget to check out my weekly podcast, which is released on a Friday. It's available on most of the podcast formats now, but particularly it's available on iTunes. And also, if you'd like to receive our fortnightly newsletter, then pop over to my website, which is www.norfolk-honey.co.uk, and if you sign up to the website there, that will include you in our email for our newsletter. And I'm putting lots of hopefully useful information in the newsletter. It's not going to be lots of text, there'll be lots of images and hopefully some interesting articles for you to catch up with, so please do pop over and sign up for that. So although the bees are relatively inactive at the moment, it is quite bright, the sun has still got some warmth in it, and so some of these colonies are active. We've got bees popping out on cleansing flights. There's probably a little bit of ivy still available for them to forage on, but also they'll be gathering water and taking some water back to the hives. So I'm going to pop my suit on. If we were doing this in the colder part of the month, we probably wouldn't need to suit up, but I'm going to pop my suit on because there's no point in getting yourself stung when you've got a bee suit with you. And we'll pop over to the hive and I'll just show you the mouse guard and the chicken wire wrap that we pop onto the hives. So the mouse guard is just a slotted piece of galvanized metal, and we're going to pin this across the entrance of the hive so that the bees can get through the holes in the galvanized metal, but that will obviously stop any mice from getting in. And we're just literally going to use drawing pins to hold it in place. The one thing to make sure is that you do line up some of the holes with the entrance of the hive, otherwise you could have it so that it's offset so that the gap is too tight for the bees to be able to get through. So I'm just going to pop my hood up because I'm going to get close to the entrance and the bees are out flying, and then we'll just pin this in place. And then once we've done that, we're going to use this chicken wire. Because we've got commercial hives here, the outside dimensions are around 470 mil or thereabouts, maybe a little bit bigger, but no more than 500, and once the roof's on you're looking at about 500 mil all round. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, so we've got 200 centimetres all the way round, so about 2 metres. So something over 2 metres of chicken wire will be sufficient to just wrap it up, and always leave a little bit of overhang at the end so that you can just bend the ends round, but I'll show you that in a close-up once we put the mouse guard on. So we're looking to place the mouse guard across the entrance so that the bees can continue to access the hive, and then we're just going to use a couple of pins to pin it in place. So now that the mouse guard is in place, we're just going to wrap the entire colony with this chicken wire, and this is an inexpensive way of protecting colonies from the green woodpecker. So I like to just hook the chicken wire over the corners of the roof of the hive. That holds it nicely in place, and then bring the rest around the back. And then we just bend the tag ends across the wire to hold it in place. And it's a simple process where we just take the end of the wire and bend it through one of the open holes on the chicken wire. And that will be plenty enough to secure the hive and prevent any woodpeckers from putting a hole in the side of the hive. So that's two relatively easy procedures that you can perform, inexpensive, easy to do, and it will protect the hive both from mouse damage. If you get a mouse in your hive, then you're going to end up with a lot of damage to the comb, and certainly if a woodpecker attacks the outside of the hive, then it's going to punch a hole through either the wood or the polystyrene and cause a great deal more damage. So by simply doing this, you're going to protect the bees. It's easy to get into, so if you need to check the bees through the winter, you can just unclip the chicken wire and then take the roof off and have a look. If you're using oxalic acid treatments, then again, you can simply unclip that chicken wire and perform your oxalic acid treatments. And then really it's a case of just leaving them through the winter until they're ready again in the spring to enter the new season. Don't forget to check out the podcast and pop over to the website to sign up for the newsletter, and we'll catch up next time. Thanks for watching.